Good morning, and thank you for joining us for another edition of Coffee with Tom and Joanne. I'm Joanne Toronto.
And I'm Tom Matthews, and we are thrilled to have a special guest with us today, Joe Hartung from
Welcome.
the Chatham office for Gibson Sotheby's International Realty. So welcome, Joe.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me.
Oh, we're glad to have you. Joe was a great host to me. I went down and taught a class in Orleans back in December. Joe took me out to dinner, showed me around. It was awesome. So we're thrilled to have him here today. So Joe, tell us a little bit. I understand there's some big news on your end. So tell us a little bit about what's going on in your world.
Yeah, so I have recently teamed up with Jack and Sally Bowman, who are our powerhouses down in Chatham. I've just been absolutely dominating the market down here, and we've created the Bowman Hartung group out of our Chatham office here just in the last month, just beginning of 23. We put it together. We're just getting all the pieces sorted out still to do a nice big official launch. But very exciting.
That's
so
awesome.
You guys are based out of the Chatham office, but what are the areas of Cape Cod that you cover most frequently?
Yeah, so Jack's primary business is Chatham. My primary business is Orleans, but we each go a couple of towns out from that. So comfortably, we'll go to Wellfleet to the north, and then down Cape, we'll go to Barnstable. And that's about as far as we feel comfortable driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good amount of geography.
It's a fair, I mean, some of it's just physical drive time to get there, but also just, neighborhood knowledge. I can't accurately help help my clients too far away.
Right.
And you said that some of your business, you have kind of a good split between full-time residents on the Cape and also people buying second homes. Is that correct?
Yeah, so definitely our market is a second home market, but my business itself is more of a split. I definitely have a good sphere here, and they give me my business. And they're mostly year round.
Okay, awesome. And you were telling us earlier that you think, something that you want to talk to people about today is about being a prepared buyer, correct?
Being a prepared buyer, our market is still very strong. It's still a very fast moving property. Properties are moving quickly, is what I'm trying to say. And if you're not ready, you're going to miss out. Just recently, we just went to purchase and sale, but so 2 weeks ago or so, my buyer was one of 12 in a bidding war for a property that was it's $1.5 million range. Usually you'd think, oh, that's still kind of entry level. You're seeing huge bidding wars. It was listed for $1.5 million, and there was 12 bids in there. So if you're not ready to go and pull the trigger, you can't always jump that fast. And not to be pushing clients into offers, but I just want them to be ready should that opportunity present itself.
Right.
I'll go back and say, oh, I wish I had this, or oh, I wish I had done that.
No. Right. Especially in a low inventory environment where you are preaching patience, right? Things are taking time, but really important for your buyers to have their pre-approval ready or their proof of funds, so that on that random Thursday when that house comes to the market, they are ready to go, even if they had gone through the process of getting pre-approved months beforehand.
Yeah, and that's what I tell them. We're putting a team together. We're step one of the team, but who else you need? Your insurance, your mortgage, your attorney, your home inspector. Let's get that team ready. So you're right. That Thursday comes, then we're ready to pull the trigger.
Now, with you have clients who are buying second homes. How are they viewing those properties when they come on the market? Are you going out doing FaceTime showings, or are they getting in the car and driving down? What do you find?
We're doing anything and everything we can. If they can get here, I say get here. I say I will go to a FaceTime, and if it's right, you get in the car right away, right? But there's so little that sometimes it's a combo.
Okay.
Right.
No, that's really interesting, because I always was curious when you do a second home purchaser like that, when someone's living in Boston or a suburb of Boston and they want to move down the Cape Cod, what the commitment is from that buyer.
So, Boston, and we do get a lot of our business geographically short drive away. So Southern New Hampshire, Southern Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, huge amount of business. And they can usually come down fairly easily, depending on their schedule, work schedule. Not. I have a buyer really looking for Eastham. He's in Texas right now. So the times that they're, okay, I can come up at this time or that, it's not. And what if something's not on the market? He's coming, I think he said in June.
Okay.
Who can predict what's going to be on the market ever, let alone in 3 months? Are you going to have anything to see when you're here?
Yeah, but I mean, during that time, he can scout out neighborhoods that he likes, or maybe even select some homes that he would want to write a letter to, asking if they're interested in selling. So
Sure.
great to have your buyers doing those exercises, even if there isn't available inventory at the exact time of their visit to town.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Joe, a question that I always wonder is, when someone's thinking of buying a second home, typically how far in advance do they start planning? Is it 6 months, 12 months? And when is it a good time for them to then reach out to you, the agent?
I would like them to reach out as early as possible.
Okay.
I don't want them going down the wrong path if for some reason they're thinking, even just geographically, oh, I want to be in this area, and then something comes up in conversation, and you realize, oh wow, I didn't realize that makes that not the spot for me. So let's get through that already. So as early as possible. I've got someone now, they're just starting to get their finances in order, but we've already been talking, right? And this was a client I've already worked with before, so she knows the call, and we're gonna have a great transaction because she's already prepped. So 6 months would be great.
Is that
time, but
is that your typical window? You see people say, Joe, I've been thinking about this for 6 months, or they typically say, I've been thinking about this for 2 years, or
they've been thinking about it for 2 years. Down here, since we're second home in retirement, pre-retirement, this is something people have had this on the horizon for a decade, and now we're finally getting there, right? So now they're saying, okay, in 6 months we're going to retire. In 6 months this shift is going to happen, and we're ready to purchase. But generally, people used to vacation here as kids, right? And they've always dreamed of coming back, and now we're getting close to retirement, and we can do it.
Okay. So people who are watching this video right now, if they're just thinking about making the move to Chatham or the surrounding towns, they should reach out to you.
Reach out, because now, if I say, pre-retirement, great, buy it now.
Right.
Our market's still strong, prices are still going up. Buy it now, rent it out, get some equity in it, and then when you're ready to retire, either use that house or flip it into something that you really want to live in.
Okay.
But yeah, start now.
Yeah, because the department in your office also helps handle weekly rentals. Is that correct?
Right. You can do weekly rentals, take the burden off of paying a second mortgage, and have a house, essentially free and clear by the time you retire.
Now, is that something that you personally handle, or does someone in the office handle that? How does that work with weekly?
Yeah, we have a rental department that just focuses on that. They're very good at what they do, and it's really kind of a handoff. You go, here it is, and it's start to finish. You don't really need to be involved in the day-to-day, geez, the water heater went out. Nope, we can get that covered.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, all the bookings and the cleanings and all that kind of stuff all done.
Oh, that's awesome. That season typically is from end of June through August. Is that correct?
Yeah, we get 10 weeks. So we get July and August. You get a couple weeks in June, and then the shoulder seasons, really from Memorial Day to Columbus Day, you get long weekends here and there, stuff like that.
Oh, that's great.
September, October are the best times to be here anyways. So those are the best weekends to rent, in my opinion.
Rent, yeah, because the big crowds are gone, right? And the weather's still very nice.
Yeah, weather's still beautiful. Labor Day here is the best.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Joe, listen, we want to thank you very much for being on Coffee with Tom and Joanne. And when we post the video, we'll put all of your contact information in so people can contact you if they're interested in buying on Cape Cod.
That's great. Thanks, guys. I appreciate the opportunity. It was nice chatting with you.
Absolutely. Take care. I'm Tom Matthews.
And I'm Joanne Toronto. Cheers.